Walker, KO, Walker, KO, Walker, KO, Walker, KO. Boy, white black, bitch tell me what
This was
let's do it. Man, they think they can see us, man. This that some shit, my niggas. They can't see us, man. Well, see my birds, you understand, nigga. Zone City, whatever. Gucci, Jimmy.
I just want to get out of here.
We just want to leave.
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn 9's YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, aka the Low Key Horror Cave. And we are back with another horror movie review, and we have 2019's Hunt. This is pretty much based around the whole haunted house attraction thing. I feel like we have not really got like really big mainstream type of movies that's based around like haunted attractions or whatever. I feel like we haven't really got those. I know we had got Hellfest in 2018, and of course the classic Funhouse movie, you know, from back in the day, I think the 80s or whatever. But I feel like we have never really got those movies or Hollywood to really try to go out and do like horror is not necessarily a big budget thing anyway, outside of certain movies or whatever. But I don't feel like we have a slaughter or a certain genre of haunted house attraction movies. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong, but not haunted house, but haunted attraction movies, because you know the whole thing with haunted house movies is a difference, poltergeist stuff like that. But I'm talking about just haunted attraction movies, like based off theme parks and stuff like that. And I feel like we don't have a lot of those. But going into this movie, yes, it definitely puts a good, not only I would say a good spin on the haunted attraction type of movies, but just in general when it comes to these type of films where you got a group of teenagers, a group of kids or whatever going into these type of theme parks, and you just looking for them to all get killed one by one or whatever. And the way this movie sets it up, it does seem like they're going in that direction, but they actually start to do a lot of different things. Plot wise, we have these group that's going out on Halloween night for a Halloween party. And we have one particular character named Harper, this young lady who is already going through a lot. She's dealing with a domestic abusive boyfriend. She's also dealing with a past, dealing with situations with her own mother and daddy who had situations going on, and dealing with abuse from back then, dealing with her father. So that's one thing that was already intriguing about the movie, as far as giving us somebody who's damaged, giving somebody who's already dealing with trauma. Not only that though, we had these group of friends, and some of them who not necessarily friends, they just met each other this first night. They all end up going out, and they pretty much trying to find some extra things to do for Halloween night. And they end up coming across this haunted house attraction. My only issue with this is, nigga, if we are on like this dark ass road, and you see this sign pop out of nowhere that just say haunted house, no, I'm not going towards that. But anyway, we do get this set up, and of course, we have this creepy ass dude dressed in a clown suit. And any type of horror movie where you got somebody dressed in a clown suit is already gonna be scary in its own means, outside of, you know, Pennywise and shit. But going into this, man, like I said, it was your typical setup. It seemed like we was gonna get like your stereotypical horror cliches or whatever. So I didn't know too much of what they was gonna try to do with this, but it was gonna be interesting. I like the way it's going into like the details of like these real crazy or extreme haunted attractions. I haven't not necessarily been to ones like this. I mean, I got a place down here in where I'm from called Scarewinds. I guess you can call it one. But outside of that, like I said, I haven't necessarily been to like no extreme haunted house attraction. So I don't really know what goes into it as far as like signing waivers and stuff. But when they get here, they do have to end up signing waivers, which pretty much giving certain information or whatever, and they have to disclose their cell phones. They can't bring them in there with them. So it was just already some red flags where it's like, I don't know, this ain't it. But like I said, I think, and y'all can let me know if I'm wrong, are most extreme haunted attractions like this, do you have to go through these type of procedures or whatever? But anyway, it puts that big what if sign on this too. I kind of did this with the Hellfest review as far as like this is a perfect setup for people who decide I want to go crazy and decide to start killing people. This is where you can do it. My thing with me is I was saying that I feel like they would have certain procedures set up for if some shit like this could go down. But I would think you would do all type of shit for the procedure of hiring people, making sure they mental capacity is good or whatever. But outside of this, man, this setup and this atmosphere is already creepy. It's already looking like you know some shit is not going to be right. But all right, let's go ahead and go along with this, man. The first thing that I start to enjoy is the fact that we got characters that we are already engaged with, especially our main character as far as Harper. She's already somebody that you can see she's dealing with a past and she's dealing with the present as far as, like I said, the abusive boyfriend and stuff like that. But it's a character that you actually getting intrigued with, that you decide, yeah, I want to follow this character and I want to see what's going on. Outside of that, her friends are characters too that you decide that, nah, these aren't characters that you feel like are just stereotype cliches, not necessarily no jocks or assholes, nerds and stuff like that. You just getting some characters that's out for Halloween night. So I was already intrigued with that. So my thing with horror movies is give me characters that I want to follow. Give me characters that I'm actually seeming like I'm going to care about, especially our main character as far as the girl Harper. So once they get into this and things start to do what they do, it's really when things start and they figure things out as far as, okay, something is not right. Something ain't right. But it's even when those moments start to pop up where you get these little surprises like, I don't know where this is about to go. Even with certain characters, like, oh, is this person going to make it or is this person not? But it really, really get intriguing once we start to get into the meat of things. And once again, we have guys wearing masks, and when they take their mask off, it's like, what the are these people okay? No. It's basically like they are trying to disfigure themselves to portray the mask that they're already wearing. So that already in itself is throwing me off. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it seems like they are trying to take other people's faces to pretty much make their face even more disfigured or whatever. It's crazy. It was crazy, man. But like I said, I was intrigued because I'm like, where is this going, man? Because you're trying to find out, are we going to get answers to why they're doing what they're doing? Not only that, the fact that they keep this reveal kind of hidden as far as them in these masks and who are these people actually and why are they doing what they're doing. The parts that really get me going, once again, when you're watching these type of horror films is when everything is just going down and stuff looking like ain't no way out. People are dying left and right. Oh my gosh, man. The movie is doing all right, but we got some stupid moments. They ain't gonna get away with just having some really dumb moments. It's two moments. One moment in particular where it was like, dude, you gone. You out of here. You pretty much done escaped. You good to go. You can go get help if anything, but it's like, nah, I'm gonna wait around. Then you have this other character that comes into play, and it's like, y'all don't notice something off with this dude? Don't trust this man, not at all. And even when you get to these certain situations where this guy is obviously up to something, stop it. Y'all get away from this man. But the dude ends up in this crazy ass situation where he could have got the hell away. He deserved to die. I'm sorry. I like that dude too, but you was stupid. You should have never stayed right there. You should have never trusted this guy. You should have got out of there. Another situation we do end up getting is with somebody who is basically trying to go back and help another character, man. And you understand it. At the same time, it's like, dude, you out of here. Go get help. You don't know the situation you about to put yourself back into, and you don't know how many people here. You don't know what their plans is, and this is a whole haunted house theme attraction. That's another thing I want to put intrigue into is the fact of the setting. Like, you can do a lot of different things with you setting this entire movie in a haunted house, and the different ways you can go about killing people. Not only that, but these tense moments that you can have with certain situations where you got people in claustrophobic moments. They got these situations where they are crawling and stuff in these little tight spaces or whatever, and they make for moments where it gets real tense, especially when you care about these characters and you like, oh shit, what's around this corner? Then you got these real dark moments where there's other people possibly down there with them and you can't really see that good. But outside of that, man, the villains are very good. These villains are terrifying, and once they do the whole reveal of actually them taking off their masks and you see their actual faces and you like, okay, what the hell is going on now? What's really going on? It takes it up a notch as far as the horror, but once we get to these other moments as far as the characters that you want to root for, once again, our main character, knowing that the type of trauma she's went through, and when she gets to that point of saying, no, I'm not going to be scared anymore, I'm going to fight back. I love those moments in horror movies, man. When you want to see somebody and you rooting for them, like, come on, let's go, let's go. Yes, let's go. Especially when they start making smart decisions after everything done went the way it went. And now you seeing them start to think and make calculated moves, especially against these people who seem like they think they got the upper hand or whatever. I definitely was loving those moments, especially with, like I said, with our main character. Oh, we got some moments too where we have characters that end up dying in this messed up situations, but I kind of like it because it's moments where you kind of don't see it coming. And you were like, oh, why did they do it like that? And that's messed up. I ain't gonna give too much away for people who haven't seen this, because this came out in 2019. I mean, it was a couple years ago, but still, it might be a little fresh to people because this kind of went under the radar. And this didn't come to theaters. This came, I think, directly on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. But outside of those moments, once we get to this ending, man, like this ending, if you ever seen a movie called You're Next, it definitely kind of gets a little play on that going into the end, as far as like having not necessarily a revenge point, but somebody who's, like I said, calculating, giving us smart characters who start to realize certain shit. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm gonna have to do something. And once again, I'm not trying to get too much away, but this ending was so good because once again, it was unpredictable too. But not only that, it's the fact that you have somebody coming out on top. Like, we have a lot of horror movies that like to go the route of being like, what's that shit where they like to do the thing of our characters not coming out good, or we have a lot of characters that end up having a really bad fate. It's a lot of movies that like to try to like throw us off as an audience as far as making us shock value as far as the ending. Let me put it like that. But with this ending, and I'm still not giving nothing away, but with this ending, it was like, oh, it's still kind of like a shock, but it was like, oh, I didn't know they was going to go that route, and I didn't see, okay, I see you. But once again, man, especially when it comes to Halloween, this is a good one. This is definitely a good one. The people who did A Quiet Place, if I'm not mistaken, did this, and it's produced by Eli Roth, who you know, Cabin Fever, Hostel, and all of that. Definitely a hidden gem if you ever had a chance to check this out, especially for the season we in right now as far as October and Halloween. Outside of that, though, if you haven't had a chance to check this out, definitely give it a try. Also give Hellfest a try. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. My bad if y'all hear my daughter in the background. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.